At 65 years old, most people are thinking about retirement, about peace, about finally living life on their own terms. She had made the hardest decision of her life, walking away from her marriage. The paperwork was filed. The process had begun. She was moving forward, but somewhere between that decision and the life she was trying to build, Starla disappeared. And the man who was supposed to know her best, he told police she walked out the door at midnight, and he just let her go. This is her story.
I know at first we were kind of like trying to keep rumors at bay because we didn't want things to spiral out of control. At this point, we just want answers.
Starla Going spent years working as a bank teller. Not a flashy job, but an important one. The kind of job where you become a face people trust, a name they remember. She had one daughter, Stephanie, who lived in Orlando, Florida. Despite the distance, the two were incredibly close. Stephanie made it a point to visit her mother every few days. That's not obligation, that's love. Starla was managing a health condition, diabetes, and used a glucose monitoring device that stayed connected to her phone. Her health was always being tracked, always. Those who knew her in the community of Munising, Michigan, described her as the kind of person who lit up a room. A pastor called her deeply involved, someone who gave generously of her time, her energy, and her presence. She wasn't the type to vanish. She wasn't the type to leave without a word. Everyone who knew her knew that. We don't know everything about what happened behind closed doors, but we know enough. Starla had made the decision to divorce her husband. The papers had been filed by September. People close to her said she was holding herself together, doing what needed to be done, one step at a time. 2024, she walked into her lawyer's office and picked up a check. Proceeds from the sale of a rental property, one that she and her husband had owned together. It was a step toward financial independence, toward a fresh start. It was also one of the last things she ever did. Let's go through what we know. Day by day, August 14th, Starla is at home. At some point, she reportedly goes to meet her husband. Nothing unusual is reported. Nothing alarming yet. August 15th, Starla is seen publicly at the State Fair in Escanaba, Michigan. This is the last time anyone outside the home confirms seeing her alive. Think about that. A busy, public event surrounded by people, and then nothing. August 17th, Stephanie, along with friends, Anthony and Nick, try to reach Starla. They send messages to her landline, shared with her husband. No response from Starla. Anthony later told investigators that he had not seen or heard from Starla since that Friday. He also mentioned something else. Her husband had come back home after the fair. After midnight, August 17th, 10 p.m., a welfare check is called and officers arrive at the home. The husband opens the door. Starla is not there. Police step inside. They look around. No Starla. They ask him directly, "Where is your wife?" His answer: she left on her own. Around midnight on the 16th, walked out the door, and he hasn't seen her since. He did not call police. He did not contact her daughter. He told no one. As the sun went down on August 17th, investigators found Starla's car, an orange 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan, sitting in Munising Township, just 3.5 miles from the home she supposedly walked away from. No Starla. Just the car. If she had left voluntarily in the middle of the night, where did she go after leaving her car there? And why hasn't a single person heard from her since?
If anybody's seen anything that comes to their mind where any activity in and around that vehicle, if you've had any kind of game cameras or any cameras, please check your cameras. Let us know if anything looks out of place.
Her daughter Stephanie said her mother never went more than a single day without making contact. Not one day. Here's something that makes this case even harder to sit with. After Starla vanished, her phone and her Apple Watch were still active, still transmitting location signals. Investigators tracked those signals, but they never led them to Starla. Either her devices were somewhere without her left behind, or moved by someone else. Or something far worse had already happened. What we know for certain, a woman who left on her own doesn't leave her phone pinging from an unknown location. On October 28th, 2024, investigators returned to Starla's home with a forensic team, and what they found inside that house changed everything. Forensic evidence. Evidence of foul play inside her own home. the place where she should have been safe. Something had happened to Starla Goings, and it happened where she slept. Now, no arrest has been made. No one has been officially named as a suspect, so we will not be naming anyone here. But let's look at what we know. Just the facts. Starla was in the middle of divorcing him. She had just received money from a shared property. He was the last person known to be with her. He did not report her missing. He claimed she left at midnight, on her own, and forensic evidence of foul play was found inside their home. You don't need us to tell you what that looks like. Through all of this, Stephanie has refused to be silent. She has posted on forums, shared on social media, spoken to anyone who would listen, doing everything in her power to keep her mother's name alive. She described her mother as someone who was frightened, someone who felt trapped, but someone who was finally trying to leave. Starla deserved that chance. She deserved her fresh start. Starla Goings is still missing. No arrests, no answers, no closure, not yet. But the evidence doesn't lie, and the people who loved her haven't stopped looking. If you know anything at all, please contact the Alger County Sheriff's Office. Starla is described as 5 feet 4 inches / 163 centimeters tall, around 180 pounds / 82 kilograms, brown eyes, maybe carrying a blue Lululemon bag or small black backpack. Please share this video. One share could reach the person who has the answer. Starla deserves to be found. If this case stayed with you like it stayed with us, please subscribe. We tell the stories of people who deserve to be remembered. See you next time.